Hello, I'm Zeus Pantera, the host of In-Ear Fetish, and I'm here with the FiiO FD15 and Yoko, because this is a special IEM that I'm about to listen to the second tuning mode, because it comes with two sound tubes. Do not cross-thread, you bastard. So FiiO hasn't exactly been blowing my doors off for the last 4 fucking years. You better fit, you prick. I turn on the camera, like, oh, I'll do a cool intro where I'm talking about it while I'm trying to mount the thing. So FiiO has been, let's just face it, they've fallen off. And when FiiO fell off, it was sad. But there's so many companies that have just picked up the slack. I mean, I just did an $80 IEM by a EPZ with Tipsy that was like nearly a 10. It had shitty accessories and things. And this has an MMCX cable. So if you're one of those people who's just going to ignore anything that has an MMCX, leave now. Because I'm about to, depending on what this tip change does, because these were damn near a fucking 10. Like, again, single dynamic, only instead of a 10 millimeter, it's a 13.4. I'm saying that like I don't know. Where the hell are you? Where the fuck are you? 13.8. There's a 13.8 millimeter dynamic in these. I've done a couple IEMs with larger than 10 millimeter dynamics, and they fall apart. This is the first one that doesn't. And the way I do reviews, for those of you who don't know, hello, welcome to Zeus Pantera of In-Ear Fetish, is I have a rack over there where I burn in all the IEMs on the burn-in rig with an 8-channel thing. I just leave them there for weeks, days to weeks. And when I'm done, when it's time to move them off and get more things on there, I just put them on a shelf in no particular order, except for like the newest stuff on the left and the oldest stuff on the right. And then when it's time to do these reviews, it's IEM day, and I'll walk over to that rack and I'll randomly pick something off. Sometimes I wouldn't even look at the box. I just go yoink, and I walk here to the desk and I plop it down, and I plug it in and I listen to it first. Before I look at the price or pick a wallpaper, I just will listen to it. And these are the best sounding FiiO IEMs. I haven't heard the other ones that are like the fucking $1,000 FiiO IEMs, the 19s. But here's the thing. FiiO FD5, the older ones. I tried to do a collab with FiiO on those. And it was just too slow through emails, and we kept missing each other, and then it basically expired. I'm going to try to do a collab with them on these, because I don't think anyone's buying them. Because I took them out of the box, and they come out, the box is pretty nice. Look at this, it's a box, it folds. It's got all the FiiO accoutrement on it. And it comes with this Lego set that is a drawer that has like a ton of stuff in it. And they got like little labels. And I think FiiO is trying to make this happen now, where you can install a label and you get stackable clear drawers so all your FiiO stuff can line up. The only way this will work, FiiO, and this is why you need to collab with someone like me, you need to sell this $5 each and like a 10-pack for $40. Because if people own this for their other IEMs, because right now you've got little labels, say model and FiiO, and I could write FD15. If people own this to organize their IEMs, then they'll consider your IEMs more. You can't just, like, if you have one FiiO FD15, which you might at the end of this fucking video, what are you going to do with one drawer? Kind of cool, but you need to sell like a heavy base that it mounts to, and you got to sell like top pieces that make it flat, turn it into a little stand for things. Pulled it out of the fucking drawer. I moved all these tips. All of these are different tips. They come with so many tips. And I didn't open any of them because I obviously have my own collection of tips that I use. But that's so many tips. And then it's got the interchangeable 4.4 or 3.5. Doesn't have a 2.5 because fuck that. And then you see this tool, which is the death tool, because that means it's fucking MMCX, and people who just so you can take the wire off without damaging anything. But I see all this. I see the ear cleanser. I see and I see 15, and I know the FD5s were not cheap. So I'm like, FD15, these are a $500 IEM. And I put them in my ears, and I was listening within my head. And by the way, these are using the Dunu SS tips, and I haven't even tried my other ones on it. I was listening to these with this. I mean, here's the thing. If you're going to give me an MMCX cable, it had better be a fucking nice one. And this is a fucking nice one. Slight angle here, brown, brownish gold, bronze all the way down. Super big weave into the connector, which again, you unscrew and is replaceable. So presumably if you're not changing wires, you could live with this wire for the rest of your days. It's fucking gorgeous. And you know what? I haven't even fucking come over here yet. Fucking come over here. Let's come over here. So I'm listening to this $500 IEM. And the first thing I notice is the sound stage is massive. Like, not quite OH5. ICO OH5 is still the god king of things. Oh, I actually got to listen for the, wait, let's go back. Go back to neutrality. Hold on. Because it's my first time listening to those sound tubes. Oh, because you're feeding this, which means I got to double tap to line out. Okay. Oh! I wish you could hear this. Okay, I'm listening to a $500, well, just spit all over the place. I'm listening to a $500 FiiO IEM. That's where my brain was. For a half an hour. And then I'm like, all right, you know what? Let's look up the actual thing. And I'm like, I find it on Amazon, and it's 3 stars. It has 2 reviews. One that says yawn. He didn't like the treble. They're in his drawer. He's using an Army 80i2. Gave it 1 star because he didn't like the treble. Yet he's keeping them. And then one guy gives it 5 stars, and I read the title, and it's $500 headphone for $200. And I went, what? $150? What? Stop everything. Are you telling me that this headphone, this IEM, it's not a fucking headphone, but a 15, they made the numbers so big. The 5 was like $350. So now the 15, I'm expecting to be more. And it's got a 13.8 millimeter driver. And it's got this sort of soundstage and presence and smoothness. And it's $150? Are you fucking crazy? For the love of God, somebody buy these. I am personally going to have to go to the Amazon page and write a review, because the guy who talked about the $500 for $200 gave it 5 stars is correct. And the guy who gave it 1 star is because he didn't prefer the treble. Fuck you. What the even unless they blast a hole in your eardrums and you bleed out your nose, you don't give a 1 star on Amazon. If they show up completely broken and you replace them, and they show up completely broken again, then you can give a 1 star. What? The only star that the only time you give these a 1 star is when the 1 star is the fucking sun. These are exceptionally good IEMs. These might be one of my favorite dynamic IEMs ever. And I've got a fetish for my ears and dynamic IEMs. I put fucking Yoko on the background because this is some like old school FiiO might be the best at something. And $150? Like, I was blatantly going to give this a great review at $500. Like, oh, FiiO came back from the grave, and they did it again, just like the FD5 with the fucking FD15, and it's an expensive one, but you buy these. Like, I can tell. I don't know if I prefer this thing to that. I might be playing it also way too loud, because the bigger the driver, the more efficient it is. So, when I plugged it in here seconds ago, I heard the hiss, and I never hear the hiss of a lot of these units on IEM. That's why they're on the desk. See what the Class A does. See, the Rebel Am's still quiet. Oh, because I'm feeding you with this. Let's try not to blow it up like last time. This is a... It sounds like I'm farther away from the drivers than is possible with an IEM. Some 80s fucking Kenny Loggins going on right now. Playing with the boys. Yeah, now we're talking. Wait, don't take that out of context. I hit next track and it broke. The bass is like, it's not as intense as some of the IEMs I have, but the driver is so big, it's like a clip fucking heresy, where they're not bass heavy, but if you're sitting that close to it, there's enough bass. They're just so smooth. I think I actually prefer the original black tubes. I don't know what these are trying to do. It's another thing. I went looking on the Amazon page, like in the description, and it talks about cross-sectional area as large as a 22-gauge wire, rivals high-end headphones, typically found that. It talks about W-shaped independent suspensions, and it talks about, the circle taste. I don't know what this means, but by the way. Truly high-end grade dome, magnesium alloy dome with DLC suspension, innovative combination of materials, including listening experience profoundly. Not only does the FD15 faithfully reproduce the spacious and soft essence of circle taste, but it also achieves significant advancements in high-frequency extension and resolution as a result of the overall sound content its bright transparency and refined delicacy. What the fuck do the knobbies do, bitch? Tell me. What do they do? You don't say anywhere in it. You talk about the FTBS Tesla valve, low-frequency loading acoustic patent technology, but you don't say, hey, you've got two of these things. What do they do? Because this one is not a bass. This one certainly isn't adding bass. Am I broken? Oh, I'm hitting last track. Okay, that's wallpapers. Oh, is that backwards from Other Mouse, where that's forward and that's backward? Okay, whatever. FreeRin. If you don't know what FreeRin is, get the fuck off this video and go watch the first episode of FreeRin. If you never heard the soundtrack to FreeRin, Evan Call fucking killed it. And it's like Lord of the Rings should have had Evan Call do the music for it. They should have transported Evan Call, which is probably too young at the time to do music, but to bring him back in time. Has a movie, actually, I have a question for my audience. Has a movie ever been made, premiered, launched, put on DVD and Blu-ray, and then someone gone, you know what, the music in this sucks, and they take the movie and re-release it with a new score or soundtrack? I'd like to see that done with Nightcrawler, because Nightcrawler, as much as Nightcrawler is a great movie, man, the music could have been creepier. They got the guy that did the Rugrats theme to do that music, and he could tell he wasn't like Atticus Ross and Trent Reznor. You know what? These are definitely, like, not more treble-oriented, but they're not doing the bass as much justice as the other ones were. So let's take off these. Let's go back to the stock black nozzles. And let's fucking ruin it with render tips. Because if you want bass, you put on the render tips. They actually could use a little grease on here too. That was a little bit squeaky when I took it off just now. Am I going to have a problem with these threads too? No, these threads are on fine. They could definitely use some grease. That would be another thing I'd correct if I was doing a collab with them. I don't know if they would switch this from an MMCX to a 2-pin though, which is the death of a lot of IMs. In fact, I know you in the comments are like, MMCX, I'm done, Zeos, I ain't doing it. And I would normally be like, I get it. But let's just pretend for a second that it was a permanently wired IM. That you didn't even have the fucking option to undo it. And they sounded as amazing. Like, these actually do sound like cinematically amazing. Are you still going to not buy them because it's an attached permanent wire? Because as I stated in a previous video on this channel, the days of USB only connected IMs are coming, and that's going to definitely be an attached cable because they're using 10 volt for MEMS shit. So we're all going to have to get used to whatever the cable that things come with. It better be high quality, and then we could just say, okay, fuck it. Yeah, I like these tips better. I like the black nozzles better. Oh, R2R. Oh, double tap. Phone's out. God, they're efficient. Like 38 out of 100. Mark Ronson. Daffodils. Just... Yeah, these kind of sound like Eris. Not as much bass. There's not as much bass. But that sound stage that if you've ever used my headphones, it's just like, wow, how is that so big? And you usually say that because it's a headphone, but now it's like, wow, how is that so big? And it's a fucking IEM. I gotta pull out the OH5s. These might actually physically compete with those. And those are $500. Those had, like, the things that were going for that was the build quality, the wire quality, and the sound stage. It almost felt like it was behind you. It was so wide. This is the best big dynamic. This is the best big dynamic I've heard. Plus 10. Almost 14. They make... Oh! I'm listening to the Mac Quail Reuniting F Society from Mr. Robot. And it was just like it was doing like train sounds, like Subway, if you haven't heard that soundtrack. And then it just comes in with this like boom, boom, like these fucking sub bass hits out of nowhere that actually stopped me from speaking. Yeah, okay. Ignore the red nozzle ones that are extra. Keep just the new ones, the ones that come with it. I was going to give these a pretty solid review for $400 or $500. And I would complain about the wire being MCX. But now at $150, with only 2 ratings, do you know what these are ranked on Amazon? It's terrifyingly bad. In electronics, because there's a lot of things electronics. This is currently ranked in electronics. Number 396,568. And in earbuds and IEMs and headphones, which is a much more narrow category, these are ranked 17,926. And that is a fucking war crime. I don't think they're going to be number 1 because idiots like True Wireless stuff. In fact, if we go there, I'm blatantly sure it's going to show me some True Wireless crap. Ugh. Earbud headphones. Oh, God. Fucking earbud headphones. Welcome to In-Ear Fetish, where we talk about earbud headphones. Number 1 is a Soundcore by Anker. Number 2 is wireless earbuds, Bluetooth 5.3, bass stereo earbuds with noise-canceling mic LED. No, Soundcore is at least Anker in a brand. No brand, no brand. Tozo? The fuck is a Tozo? When do we even get to a wired IEM? Fuck! What the hell is that? 2-pack iPhone headphone earbud with lightning connector built-in mic volume. MFI certified. So that's not even an Apple product. It's number 33 to be wired. And it just comes with a lightning adapter. I hate society. You know what? Perfect soundtrack to this. F Society. Oh, wait. There you go. Skull Candy Jib in-ear headphones with microphone. $5.59. You could get a 6-pack. A 6-pack. A 6-pack. Because they're so shit and you're going to break them. Yeah. Let me see your fucking stupid face. You made a bad purchase decision, lady. All right? Fuck. I know you're fully charged. Stop it. Fuck. 17,000. These are 10s. I don't give a shit if they've got an MCX cable. These are a 10 out of 10. I'm listening to them, and their goodness is making me angry at that fucking list. And the music literally goes and immediate mute. Fuck it. These are great. All right. They even come with red and blue. They're red and blue on the thing. They're red and blue. And they're the classic design, but like without the stripes that were there for the FD5. They're trying to update it. FiiO, I'm emailing you and I'm telling you we're going to do a collab with these because guess what? Fuck, man. You're going to have more than 2 reviews. Even if people hate them, there'll be more than 2 reviews. I almost, you know what? Here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna do a collab with. You're gonna forget this video exists. I'm gonna delete it. I'm gonna bring these out with a different nozzle that tunes it just to my thing. You'll leave everything else alone. Just a different nozzle. Give me like 10 nozzles, and I'll pick the one I like, and we'll glue that fucker in there so no one can change it. And then I'll see if I can get them to put a 2-pin instead of MCX, and then I'm gonna charge $400 for these. And you know what? People who didn't see this video, who get them, are going to cream their fucking Yoko pants and be like, I can't believe the soundtrack, blah, blah, blah. And it's going to be one of my most popular fucking collabs, and we're going to make bank, FiiO and me. This is like the undiscovered gem. So go ahead and buy these, because I'll make sure FiiO deletes them from the internet, and then I will reap in the cash with a better nozzle and different cable, and I'll just be like, no, call it the FD26, FD69. Oh, you think that would do that for me? You think I can get FiiO to do FD69? That would be fucking amazing. It'd be like the biggest meme IEM, and it would sound like this, and people would go, oh, and it would come with the render tips. I would try to make a deal where I can have the render tips included. And again, I like this. This is a great concept. You know what? Before I end this fucking video, fuck bitch. I can't blame her. She just got paid to stand there and look stupid. Like, hey, put these skull candies in. At least she's not AI generated. You know what? When you're doing skull candy advertisements, you should be blessed if you get a goddamn AI to generate you instead of actually existing. That poor girl exists. What am I looking for? IEM case. Do they sell it? Do they sell the stackable? They do not. I mean, it would come up, right? FiiO clear? No. No, they don't. It's not here. I wonder if it's on AliExpress. Anyway, FiiO, I will come and I will rescue you from this. You have finally put out an IEM that I am livid about how much I fucking like it. And you're doing the bad thing of marketing it poorly and naming it poorly, and you don't have enough people loving it, and it's not a Jabra fucking in-ear wireless, so no one gives a shit. I hate people. I love you guys. You guys aren't people. Congratulations. Because people don't join a fucking, what am I at, 18,000 subscriber channel that yells about IEMs every third day. People don't join this. You people are abnormal. Abby-normal. And that's why I love you. Because you actually give a shit. And hopefully enough you give a shit that when I talk about this, at least one of you goes out and buys it, gets it, breaks it in, comes back here and tells the comments that I was right. Because it doesn't matter what I say. I just have to get like a small push. It's like making a wave. You got to have 5 people buy it. And those 5 people come back to comments and go other places and they tell 10 other people to buy it. And then 10 people buy it. And then 15 and then 50 and then 100. And then we're at number 10,000 instead of 17,000, which is about the best we could hope for. What's the most popular wired IEM? I wonder where that is on the ranking. Maybe I'll do a video for this channel where I go through the top ranked IEMs on Amazon and I find like the actual first real one. It's got to be like 5,000 down. It's got to be like 4,000 or 5,000 down. There's no way I can fucking find it. Anyway, I love this, FiiO. Thank you. Thank you, everyone who watched. Get your Yoko wallpaper in the wallpaper hoard, where it's every wallpaper I've ever used. Link to these. FiiO needs to fucking sell this. It's a good idea. Sell it for cheap. This way people get into the ecosystem already. And you know they don't cost $5 to make. And they could sell a fucking 10-pack if you wanted to. Anyway, I'm done. Thank you. Mousepads, Reddit. 10. They're a 10. They come with a fucking drawer. It's a drawer filled with MMCX cables, but you know what? I accept it. I fucking accept it. See you all in the next one. Would you look at this? I happen to have a DD Hi-Fi coffee-colored coffee cable. USB-C. This is one I use for my Eris with adapters, but it's MMCX, so I'm going to just take this exact same colored cable that now has USB-C and take my very fucking easy-to-drive IEMs and go look at the Aurora Borealis. So there you go. MMCX has a purpose, sort of. I don't know if this video is ever going to end, so I'm going to take the thumbnail, and I usually just put them on the desk, but it's like... I also didn't mention how heavy these fucking things are. They're real heavy. And apparently their magnets are insanely strong. So could we just, like, put them down and take this fucking picture? There we go. You know what? That's good enough.